I'm in the city of Manchester, which means two things. One, I'm filming my Blue Peter Takeover episode for my silver badge application, and two, I need to get the train home, but I better be careful. Lottie and I want to be a Blue Peter presenter. So 2 years ago I started making my own episode because Blue Peter is about trying new things. And animals are quite often shown on Blue Peter, and a year ago we found this hedgehog which was too small to survive hibernation safely. So I wanted to show you what happens and what you can do to help these hedgehogs. We found this hedgehog out during the day. So, although you're not usually meant to remove wildlife from where they are, if there is a small hedgehog and it's late October to February and it's outside in the day, then it's probably one of the later hedgehogs of the litter, so it's probably not got enough weight to survive hibernation. So then it's best to get an adult to come help you weigh it, and if it weighs between 300 and 500 grams and it's out during the day, showing that it's that desperate to eat enough food for hibernation, then it's best to then put it in a box and phone up your local rescue centre and take it there, because they're trained to help them put enough weight to survive the winter. That's why we're bringing this hedgehog to our local hedgehog rescue centre. At the rescue centre, the hedgehog was weighed and we found out it was a female hedgehog, and we were told to leave the hedgehog there until we'd be updated later on in the year about what was going to happen with her and how she'd been getting on. So you can find out about that later on in the show. Animals to another iconic part of Blue Peter, the badge. The badge has long been a symbol of people's determination to achieve, and the sports badge has been no different, so I wanted to capture the meaning and importance of this aspect of Blue Peter. Here's me playing tennis in August 2017, because Blue Peter has always shown people playing sports, and I wanted to give it a go and film it as a demonstration for this episode. So this week I received my Blue Peter Sports Badge 2018 in the post. So I thought, since this is my silver badge application, and Blue Peter badges are a big part of British culture, as many people see it as their greatest achievement, and it pushes people to do things that are out of their comfort zone, and it can lead people to find new interests that could lead to something that they want to do in the future. So I thought that it's always an exciting moment in your life. So I wanted to open my Blue Peter Sports Badge on camera. Blue Peter badges can lead you to exciting new places. So I hope that this inspires you maybe one day to send your letter in. So I've got this letter and I'm going to cover it up because of my address on it. And it says that they'll be assessing the applications for Young Sports Personality of the Year in October. So that's good, because Blue Peter competitions like this can lead people to have exciting new opportunities that you wouldn't get if you didn't enter. And this is the Blue Peter card, and then inside this is the badge, and this is very exciting. I'm gonna open it now. So as you can see, it's got all of the colours of the values that Radzi created, and it's got Team Radzi on the back because, as you know, if you've watched the show, then Radzi created this badge and designed it to encourage people to have good sports values, and that's what I think is so great about Blue Peter, because these can lead people to have life-changing decisions, and they can lead people to do exciting new things and push beyond their comfort zone and become better people. So thank you, Blue Peter. So now you've seen how important the badge is, but now I want to talk about how it's been an important part of British culture for 60 years since it came on. So I've got a special guest to come talk about it with me. My mum! So, I want to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
So, what was your favourite part of Blue Peter?
I like the makes, but I remember particularly liking when the tortoise came out of hibernation. It was always an exciting moment.
So, what are your top 3 CBBC shows at the moment?
Ooh, that's a difficult one. Not really sure. Blue Peter, I'd have to say that one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I quite like the 4 o'clock club at the moment, and Blue Peter, although Radsy's left. He had his leaving episode though, you know that?
Yeah.
We need to catch up on that.
Okay.
And if our family were on Blue Peter, what do you think we'd be doing?
We'd either be trying to do a make and getting all muddled up and doing it badly, or something really crazy like water skiing or skydiving.
Oh yeah, that probably wouldn't go very well, because when we tried to make things before, like remember when we made toast and we set it on fire?
Oh dear. Speak for yourself.
No. Oh, don't recommend that. Stay safe and make sure you have a responsible adult with you to sort things out.
Yeah.
So now we're going to cut to us playing a game, because talking of families, my brother and your son, Alfie, really enjoys tennis, but like he's not coming on the episode. So we're still going to play a tennis themed game to have the spirit of my brother, because Blue Peter is a family show. So we're going to play a game called Wimbledon or Wimbledon. Welcome to Wimbledon or Wimbledon. To play this game, I'm going to throw tennis balls to you 5 times, and if you catch it, and then I will ask you one of the facts about Wimbledon, but they might be true or they might be false. So if they're true, then it's Wimbledon because they've done it at Wimbledon, and if it's false, then it's Wimbledon. And for each question you get right, 5 seconds of your mystery clip will be shown. Wow. So let's go play it. And remember, you could always play this game at home.
I got it.
So, the Wimbledon Hawk was stolen in 2012.
Wimbledon.
No, it's true.
Oh. Again. Oh, got it.
So, the tennis balls are refrigerated at Wimbledon to keep them in good conditions.
Wimbledon?
Yes, you got it
right.
Right. Well done.
Oh, another catch.
You're doing well. So the Wimbledon Hawk is called William.
Wimbledon.
Yeah, it's called Rufus. You got that right.
Good. I didn't think William sounded a good Hawk name. Got it.
The longest Wimbledon match was 4 consecutive days.
Wimbledon?
No, it was only 3 days.
Never mind.
The first Wimbledon tournament was in 1877.
Wimbledon?
No, it was true.
Oh, I think it was a bit earlier. Never mind.
So in this game, my mum got 2 questions right. So that means that we get to see 10 seconds of her mystery clip. Enjoy! Now I've challenged my mum, I wanted to challenge myself, which is why over the course of this episode I wanted to share with you 3 ways which I've challenged myself over the course of my life. Because Blue Peter encourages people to try new things that are out of your comfort zone and do things that can be seen as a bit challenging. So here's the first of those challenges. As you've seen in the clips from my younger self, I used to have really long hair. This was because I was growing it to donate it so that they could make it into wigs for people who have lost their hair due to illness. So here's how I sent it in. So I've had my hair cut and I've got it in a bag like this, and you have to have it tied up at 3 different places. And I'm going to fill in the form and then send it in the post, which is a bit strange thing to do because I've never done this before, but it's exciting and it's nice that someone else will have this. Then I have this picture, which I also sent in, of the Barney, Lindsay and Nancy. And then I have a poem, which is like what I sent in to get my blue badge here. And it's got lots of writing about people. And I've got my thing which I made, my Blue Peter ship, which has a motor thing on it, and if you undo the lid here, and if it's not very windy you can put a straw in it and blow it along. This badge wall segment was filmed in October 2016, and since then I've been practicing my presenting. So I decided to do the challenge that Radzi and Lindsay did on Blue Peter, and I decided to try and prepare a 60-second weather report. So here's that challenge now. Here I was preparing my weather report and I was planning on doing it as one take, but I was quite concerned that I'd say something wrong or that I wouldn't have enough to say, so I did a lot of research and tried to work out from various different maps of the UK what the weather was going to be like, and I tried not to be too concerned that I'd given myself too much work to do and I wouldn't be able to do it. And then I was ready to do the final take of the weather report. Today I have the weather for Saturday. So at 1 AM there's quite a lot of quite heavy rain, apart from in the very north of Scotland, where there will be a covering of cloud. But gradually the rain lessens, until by 7 AM the rain is overall lighter or stopping inland in Scotland and in northern England, with even a bit of sun coming through the clouds for the lucky people of York. However, heavy rain still does persist in Wales, Northern Ireland and southwest England. By 10 AM more English cities will experience these sunny intervals, and by 1 PM the rain moves past Northern Ireland and Wales, moving into England, and although at 4 PM the rain is still present in England, England will still see many sunny intervals among the rain. These conditions remain the same later on into the evening, apart from in the west coast of Scotland, which will still experience some light rain. By 10 PM the rain stops apart from in the mid-west coast of Scotland and Lincoln, but very shortly these are replaced by a covering of clouds with no rain, and the temperatures remain 5 to 10 degrees in the night, dropping down at 7 AM by a couple of degrees before gradually raising to 9 to 12 degrees Celsius at 3 PM. Then temperatures will lower to their usual temperatures that they were the previous night. So during that report it didn't exactly go as planned. It was too long and things fell down, but this challenge and this episode isn't really about getting it right straight away, because usually when I'm filming I do multiple takes, but it's about challenging yourself to do things that you wouldn't usually do. So in that way I've succeeded. This is me at a farm which my family annually visit, and as a small child I was always quite nervous to go and interact with the animals, but I wanted to show you this because now I'm not really nervous to interact with the animals and I quite enjoy it, so I wanted to share that with you to show you that you can overcome something that you're quite unsure about. After seeing those animals, I'm sure you'll want to know what happened to the hedgehog. So now here's part 2 of what you saw earlier. Hello, so today I'm filming a video with a very special guest. And because I don't want to rescue all the hedgehogs in the same place, because then you'll get hedgehog overcrowding and no one wants that. So they send them with people who sent them to them so they can release them in their area, which is also the area which they came from, which gives them a greater chance of survival. So we got her this afternoon and we're going to release her this evening, which is very exciting. And now you're probably quite bored because you want to see a hedgehog again. We planned to go to the park that evening to release her because our neighbours have cats, so that wouldn't be very helpful for a hedgehog being released. And we took her in a box, then planned to cut the side out of the box so she could walk out in her own time. And then we were told to visit the place of her release for the next few days so that we could leave out food and water so she could eat it until she was stable in her diet in the wild. Making a hole so that she can get out and then she can go free. So scary. In the box, and we've got out some food and water so she can come out and she can go and be a free hedgehog. This part took longer than planned because it took her 20 minutes to get the courage to come out of the box because she was so scared. So we were there for a long time, but we hoped for the best for her. So now, with a lot of difficulty, Gina's gone free into the world, and we've got to put some food out for her for the first few days. After that, she can be totally independent hedgehog. Thank you for watching this. I found it very interesting to learn about the entire process it takes to make something, even though it's not on the high scale Blue Peter level, and I really hope that I get to do something like this on the actual Blue Peter in the future. But I feel like this has been really useful to learn about it, and I think it just shows that if you want to do something you should just go out there and do it, because I've done that and it's been a long process, but it's been really interesting and I've enjoyed it, and it's pushed me outside my comfort zone, and now I've got an entire Blue Peter episode. So if you have something that you want to do, then I suggest you just go out there and try it, because you don't have anything to lose and you could create something interesting. So good luck and thank you for watching. Bye!